is there is there a title that you like more than the other ones? Like, what would be your favorite out of the titles that they have?
Well, that's an unfair question because my answer
I
would be
know. That's why I
unfair.
asked it.
Basically, I like the games I worked on myself the best. That's the unfair answer to that question.
Okay, how about out of the ones that you worked on, which one do you like the best?
I like the best Memoria.
In Aventuria, the greatest heroes of our time fight against the demon master Borbard.
Death will now rain down on the troops.
Fearlessly, the brave Princess Saja also joins the battle.
1,000 years from now, people will tell tales of my deeds and whisper my name in awe.
Either you'll achieve the impossible, or you'll descend into the deepest madness.
But lost in the war and forgotten by time, the destiny of the princess remains unsettled. Five centuries later, the birdcatcher Garon strives to disclose the secrets surrounding the young woman.
Can a single riddle really be that important?
Only if he succeeds to solve the enigma, an old spell can be broken, and the love of his life will be freed of her curse.
And next, we'll make you a fairy again.
Little does he know that the present will soon transform into a dark shadow of times past.
The future of this world is in our hands.
However it may end, it will change Aventuria forever.
Memoria.
This game that was released last year, and it's a point-and-click adventure game, and it's set in a very traditional fantasy setting. It's a mix between low and high fantasy. It's about two storylines. One is about a princess who wants to go to war to become the greatest heroine of all time, and the other storyline takes place 500 years in the future, further away. And there you play another character who knows that this princess was utterly forgotten. No one knows about her, so she probably must have failed. And in the one story, you play her story. In the past, you play her story, trying to get to this war and become a hero. And the other story is more like a crime story. You have to figure out what actually happened back there. So it's very, very different stories and a very interesting dynamic. And it was a lot to figure out how those two stories could connect, and I'm very proud with the result. For a lot of people, a lot of players, it was like a page-turning mystery story where they never really knew what was going on up until the very end, and they just always had to figure out, had to know what was going on. So it's a very I'm very proud that I achieved this level of excitement. And yeah, so that's the game I worked on that I'm most proud of.
What was the first one that you worked at on at the Daedalic?
The first game I worked on, the very, very first game I worked on was a hidden object game. So I'm not sure if you still can get it online, but probably yes. It was called The Tudors. It was a game tie-in to the TV series The Tudors. And
okay.
yeah, and but the first adventure game I worked on was called A New Beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
In 2010.
Yeah, it was 2010, right?
Okay.
And yeah, there are other games I really like that I didn't work on, which was The Night of the Rabbit.
What if magic truly did exist? If connections existed between myriads of worlds, what if there were beings who could wander between those worlds? What if you could be their apprentice?
Those eyes that have seen countless worlds. Some say he knows no mercy.
Permit me to introduce myself. I am the Marquis de Hoto.
Oh, but you're...
Orictolulus cuniculus sapiens, yes, indeed. This world will be your school, and its inhabitants will teach you many things. And then, once your training is complete, you will see the world with the eyes of a tree walker.
But be on your guard. A sinister secret, long forgotten, will soon cast its shadow over the portal worlds.
Soon this world will be healed. No more worries about money. About land. About luck. About health.
With the first promise the Cold One breaks, an abyss will open.
And that, honorable audience, is magic!
Must break the spell. You alone can stop him.
Was made by a good friend of mine, Matt Kemke, and it's a kind of fairy tale with a slightly darkish twist where you play a young boy who gets to be he is taught by a giant walking talking rabbit in a coat how to become a magician, and it has this kind of fairy tale style feeling, and you're in this forest with all those talking animals. It's a very charming little game with this small darkish undertones, which is very nice. It has a great atmosphere as well. I really like that game. And yeah, of course, you're probably familiar with the Deponia games.
Mm-hmm.
They're a comedy sci-fi series of 3 games, a trilogy. And they're a bit like Futurama, slightly Futurama-esque, about a guy who lives on a junkyard planet, and he wants to get away from that planet at all costs. And there's just more and more chaos happening going on throughout the game. So it's a lot of slapstick, a lot of wordplay, and a lot of fun. So I think those are the biggest titles and the most interesting titles we developed so far. Oh, and I forgot one more, because we didn't only do point-and-click adventure games, but I think what we're very proud of is that we also we started doing strategy role-playing games, like Blackguards, and we're currently working on the sequel. very well received, and it's just astonishing how it has a very small team and what they actually managed to pull off in that game. So yeah, actually, there's a lot of reasons why it's nice to work at Daedalic. Very interesting projects here.
Yeah, and I see that the part 2 is set for 2015, the Dark Eye for Black Arts 2, and that should be cool when that comes out too. And yeah, and the big I keep receiving a lot of news about Randall's Monday. Can you tell us a little about that?
Space. The final frontier. These are the...
Oh my god! The amazing Matt using his terrible mutant powers in front of everybody.
These are the adventures of Randall Hicks. Life always has some nice surprises up its sleeve. Tragic losses, new allies, betrayals. Don't we all sometimes desire to go back and erase some of the mistakes we've made? But what if the guy who's been given that opportunity is a sociopathic, kleptomaniac, good-for-nothing moron?
Wow! Did you kill him?
Yes, just save it, all right? I'm deaf. I wish you a good day, but I'm sure you have already realized that there's nothing good about it.
He can't get through one single day, and it's not even Groundhog Day.
Wait, what? Are you telling me today's Monday? It's not a holiday. It's just a Monday. Monday.
You're cursed!
May the Force be with him.
I'm not surprised you opened an interdimensional breach that's going to destroy the whole universe with that attitude.
Yeah, that was a good one, huh?
Tell me, Randall Hicks, what is the awesomest sci-fi saga ever?
Did you just say awesomest?
Randall's Monday.
I can't believe it. Is that you, Morty? So are you going to start paying for your half of the rent someday? Damn, that bastard has an answer for everything.
And yeah, Randall's Money. We're publishing Randall's Money. It's made by a developer in Spain, and it's a very geeky adventure game where you play this guy called Randall who he messes up in the beginning. He just his best friend wants to make what's the word? If you want to marry someone and you give them a ring and ask them a proposal.
Oh, proposal, yeah.
Yeah, his best friend makes a proposal to his girlfriend, and because of Randall, everything goes wrong, and then it's just a very bizarre game. He gets caught in a time loop, like in Groundhog Day, that he has to relive this day over and over again and try to get things right, but it just gets worse and worse and worse. So it's a very crazy, very funny adventure game from the guys in Spain. Very, very cool people.